Welcome, Raider Nation and my champions. Yes, we're at halftime, and the score is 14-3 Chicago. And we're going to go over this game. A lot of issues within the control, without the control of the Raiders. A lot more on within their control. We're going to get into this right now. But the first thing I want to do is say hello to everybody who's in here. Let's see who I see. I see Sandy B. Hello. You should be able to hear me. I got a new modem, so that should be resolved. Also, I got a new lighting system, so you should be able to see me a little bit better. Let me know. I will appreciate any comments on both of those. Let's see. My Life DIY. Hello. Raider Wolf. Welcome to our halftime report, as well as Dominique 5, Fierce Raider 88, as well as anybody else who I have missed or has not been chatting in the chat. So this is how we normally do it. I do what I call my rundown, and I go over topics during the live stream. And if you've been to these halftime reports before, it's the same type of format. I'm going to go over the good, bad, the ugly, what I think the keys were to the game were in my preview, and how we're doing so far with that. Touch upon week 5 with the other teams really quickly, and then get to your comments. So if you have any questions, put them in the chat right now, and we'll get to those. Hi, Matthew Pohl. Thanks for coming on in. Let's get to this right now. So as far as good goes, there are a couple good things to this. I know we're down 14-3, and we'll get to the bad and the ugly parts in a minute, but let's focus on the positive first. The audio is too low. Are you sure about that? Is there anybody else having a question with that? Because I'm seeing it as pretty high. I can turn it up a little bit higher. You let me know. If anybody else has an issue with the audio, let me know. But it looks good to me on my end, so I just want to make sure that as far as the good goes, I got to say it. Josh Jacobs was looking a lot more like his normal self than he did the first week. That's why I said giddy up 28. He looked good. There were some penalties that have been holding him back, but his running ability is, I'm not going to say it's 100%, maybe 90%. I would say in last week he was about maybe 70 to 80%. He didn't really have that burst. He wasn't really fighting off tackles like he has in this game. And then the second one, obviously, we're getting to Justin Fields. I know he got hurt. He came back, but we've been hitting him. We've been sacking him. I don't know what he's thinking running up the field, to be honest, with Jonathan Abram there. Have they taught him how to slide? Because he's gonna get broken in half if he keeps doing that in this game. So good job as far as pressure overall. I'll say that. As far as the bad, obviously, this offensive line experiment is not working. They have Leatherwood inside at guard. Still not having a problem. We have the turnstile Brandon Parker. We had a holding penalty on John Simpson. Miller was run blocking. I was kind of surprised with that. Usually he doesn't care to run block. He only likes to pass block. But not a bad job there. But still, this offensive line is still a problem. And it's probably going to be a problem the rest of the season, obviously. It wasn't that great to begin with, and then the injuries really, really hurt us. And then I put plug up on the defensive line. The running game is gashing us in the middle. I mean, Damian Williams is looking like Christian McCaffrey out there. It's pathetic. I thought initially the linebackers were doing pretty well, and now not so much. I know Littleton got kind of ran over by him on one play, and he's about half the... And Williams is about half the size as Littleton, so I don't understand that one. And then the next one, it seems like the Bears are making every third down conversion. I don't understand that one. Where's the pass coverage, to be honest with you? We are getting to Fields. He's scrambling around and hitting open receivers. That's good on him, but where's our passer coverage? And then, of course, the ugly has to be laid at the feet of this guy right here. And I talked about it last week, about in my game review against the Chargers. You know, this team was not prepared to play the Chargers. And again, this first half woes, the sputtery offense. I mean, this is supposed to be a mastermind, and he has all these plays and the Y2 banana. I'm not impressed. I'm done with it. And then all this racial nonsense came up. I did a quick video on that, but I mean, he's just looking like a horse's ass. I mean, if you want to have an attitude, that's fine, but you got to back it up with some wins and show that you know what you're doing on the field. And I'm not seeing it. So, you know, I'm about tired of this act, to be honest with you. As far as the keys to the game, Hey, Jesse Rodas, thanks for coming on in. I saw you come in. Appreciate that. Salute to you as well. Now, in my preview, I go over 4 keys to the game. I picked 2 of the most important ones on defense and 2 on offense. And this is what I went through as far as keys to the game. We'll go over on the defensive side, slowing down Allen Robinson. I think Robertson's doing an okay job. He's not doing a great job. He's not doing a terrible job either. I still think he would be doing a better job than Damon Arnett out there if he was healthy. So I'm okay with that. Justin Fields, we are getting to him, but really what I thought wouldn't be a big issue is the running game. We were getting pushed around inside our front 4. It's embarrassing. I didn't think that was going to happen. I know with David Montgomery, and I'd be worried if Montgomery was healthy right now, we might be losing like 21-0 or something, so that's a little shaky. And then, as far as the offense, I did talk about this. This experiment is not working, obviously. I don't know what they're going to do with Leatherwood, and it's kind of getting to the point, at some point, myself and other creators are going to have to start questioning Mayock and Gruden with these picks if they haven't already. It's like, well, he was the best tackle in the board, so we got him at 17. We reached because nobody else had him there. But we're so smart. But he's getting his ass kicked on right tackle. We move him inside. And he's not doing that well there. He gave up a sack to Mack. And oh, by the way, what's going on with the refs? I mean, didn't Mack just talk smack to Carr? Wasn't that a taunting call? Where's our taunting call? I mean, last week, Waller spiked a ball on a first down away from everybody on the sidelines, not even at anybody, and he got a 15-yard penalty. So, come on, refs, we're the consistent calls here, right? And then Ruggs, he did make some good plays. We need some more. Renfro's been doing pretty well as well. So, but again, some of this has to be on Carr as well. He has to realize this offensive line sucks. He is holding on. I think he's holding on to the ball way too long. I think. And part of that's him, and part of it is back to the offensive game plan. I think we need to focus more on short passing, screens, like a West Coast style, because our offensive line is not capable of protecting Carr. So let's go to the. Let's go right now to the. We'll just hit it real quick. I don't want to go over this too much as far as the games, the other games. The Browns are beating the Chargers. Both are pretty good teams. I would still think the Chargers are probably going to end up winning that game because I don't trust Baker Mayfield. This is a bit of a surprise, even though it's a divisional game. Cardinals are for real. They've been looking good all season. This was the game in London. Who cares? Both these teams suck. The Packers basically gift wrapped this game to Cincinnati. I watched this game. They should have lost. They missed, 2 field goals, 3 field goals, and 2 field goals, an extra point. They still won the game, so I don't know how that happens. The Vikings, both these teams are pathetic. I don't want to talk about that. Steelers at home, they had to have this game. Broncos didn't look so good. I think Teddy Bridgewater was still feeling the effects of that concussion last week, so it is what it is. Buccaneers rolled over Miami. No kidding. Saints are kind of hot and cold. And Washington's kind of getting exploited now. That Taylor Heineke guy did not look good at all. I think he threw 2 or 3 interceptions. Eagles, Panthers. Eagles looked crappy for most of the game, but Sam Darnold kept throwing interceptions and keeping them in, and then they won it at the end. Titans looked good. I think they got a defensive touchdown. Let's see. Patriots, Texans. Honestly, that probably shouldn't even have been that close. So let us now, I'm not even going to worry about that. Let's get now to what I want to talk about really is the question and answer session here. So I want to go to the comments here. The rundown is basically over. I like to go on for about 15 minutes-ish during the halftime itself and come talk to you guys and see what's going on, what you guys are thinking right now. So I want to get your opinions up here. Let's see. I'm going to scroll up. Let's see. A lot of F-bombs. Well, it's totally understandable. Sandy B, well, what you thinking, Raider? I kind of told you what I was thinking pretty much. This is all on Gruden with all of his BS. Yes, agreed. We suck. The refs suck, and the game sucks. Yeah, we are not compensating to our weaknesses, and that's the offensive line. We're still trying to go those deep passes. It's not going to work. Especially, I talked about this in the review, that the Bears are number one in sacks with 15 sacks. And you can see it. They don't really blitz. They don't need to because they have good pass rushers. And our offensive line sucks. So what do you do about that? You try to run the ball as much as you can. You do screen plays, play action, quick passes. No, we're going to sit back there, and Carr's going to stand there and wait and wait and wait for Ruggs to go 50 yards down the field and then to get sacked. Real friggin' smart. As usual, I agree with Dominique. Nice to see you live, Raider. Nice to see you too, Sandy. Thank you for you and everybody else who's out here. We're going to be going back to the game shortly, but I want to get to your comments real quick. Matt Pohl says, fuck Gruden, can't build a fucking team to save his life. Yeah, him and he basically handpicked Mike Mayock. I'll probably be doing a separate video on that at some point, obviously. I've mentioned it in previous live streams about the brain trust, you know. They basically act like they're the smartest people in the room, and they keep getting schooled over and over again with these draft picks, especially in the first round. A lot of reaches, and it's been proven that way. Let's see, every year the same shit over and over. We come out swinging and look legit, and then get humbled and look weak the rest of the year. We always struggle with weak-ass teams like the Bears. The Bears' defense is pretty good. Obviously, the offense is in transition with the new quarterback, so I wouldn't say they're weak. I would say they're probably middle of the road type of team. Matt Pohl says, sad as fuck. Yep, really embarrassed. We're getting killed by the Bears. Really need to turn it up. No. This shit's getting on my last nerves. Well, as Raider Nation, it's about that time. And right now I have Guava Michelada by Golden Road. Not bad. A little sweet for my taste, but anyway, looks like the game is back on. I'm going to get through the rest of your comments, and then we'll get back to the game. Defense penalties are horrible. JG's got this team unprepared. John Gruden lacking talent. Notice how Nagy isn't calling any of the plays, leaving it to the other coaches. Well, yeah, Nagy's an idiot. That makes sense. Leatherwood is sorry. He's been looking bad off and on the whole season. They don't have Akeem Hicks. Yeah, he was doubtful. He's not playing. We don't win this game as a fraud. No way we should be losing this game. I'm really surprised on how easily they can run against us. I know Justin Fields is mobile. I'm talking about the interior running game like Damian Williams. And how we're not accommodating our lack on the offensive line again to a proper offensive game plan. We haven't done that, and that's all on Gruden. I've been questioning the picks since they're all reaches. Arnett, Leatherwood, Cleve Farrell, Tanner Muse. Well, Tanner Muse was like a third-round pick, right? And the game's back on, but I'll go over some of these, and then we'll get off the live stream. If you have anything else to say, put it down right here. If you have any other questions. So what should the Raiders do, Raider? I just kind of said that basically they need to accommodate the weaknesses they have on the offensive line and structure a game plan accordingly. And they obviously haven't done that. So I don't see this mastermind by Gruden here. And it looks like they had a 3-and-out. Last week, at least when they came back, they were down 21-0. They came back on the first drive and scored a touchdown. Now it looks like they have no get up whatsoever. So do you think we have a chance? And if so, what should we do in the second half? Yeah, I basically said that what we should do in the second half. Do we have a chance? At this point, I think we have to stop them. No points right now in this drive, or it's probably over the way the offense is. But you know how this offense is. You can get a couple big plays and get back in the game, but we shouldn't rely on that. We should have something a little more structured, and we just don't. Let's see. All right, Raider Wolf, catch you later. The game is back on. Yeah, I just saw that. Brian Edwards dropped the pass. They had to kick on. Yeah, it's a 3-and-out. So I'll get back to the game. You get back to the game. If you need be, and if you're of age, it might be time to pop open one. Again, we'll get back to the game right now. And unfortunately, we are down. Hopefully, we can get right back into this game. But thanks again for coming out. As usual, guys, I appreciate it. And I'll have a game review probably sometime tomorrow. And as always, go Raiders.
Ask you something. With all the distractions that you have off the field, how are you able to keep focused on winning football games as you do and do throughout the years?
When you have great coaches, then at the